You get a certificate when you drive a private plane. They say you're qualified to fly that plane on a private plane. But in a commercial plane, what happens? You got passengers. Now you are flying, so you get a pilot's license. Difference. It's the same thing with the car, but nobody's tying these two together saying, wait a minute, if I'm not a chauffeur, why do I need a license? I'm not a chauffeur. I'm traveling with my family. So I don't need a license. So I can agree with the certificate, no problem. Let's get a certificate. But if it's the law, why they tell you to go apply for a license when the law said I'm supposed to have a license? See what I'm saying? So what am I applying for? A privilege to do something? They do it. So nobody questions none of these things. If the law says I'm supposed to have it, why do you give me an application tell me apply? Because apply means I'm applying for something. So I need a benefit now. So what are you giving back to me when I'm giving to you? This is what we should be looking at. But this is so yo man, you be surprised me attorneys. I try to sit down and talk to them about this with this, and this even be over their heads. They be like, oh man, that's too much, dude. Or just go over here and get the dumb ones over here. This, you got a problem with your driver's license, no problem. Pay me $500, we're gonna get it back for you. That's what they do. But now, if they're forcing you to do it, I always tell people, put this stuff under duress. You're forcing me to sign. You're forcing me to have this. You're forcing me. Okay, now, when I give you this in a courtroom, we in a court of record, I give you the license. Say, could you read it? You know, I don't call him Your Honor, but could you read what's on it? Give it to the cop. Let the cop read everything on it. And then he might say your name, he might say your address, he might say blah, blah. Did you read a little further down where it said all rights reserved and it was under duress? Did you read that part for the record? And if they question you about what they mean by duress, oh man, you're forcing me to do this. Because the 13th Amendment said I can't be compelled to do anything because that's a form of slavery. See, everything we got to do, we got to deal strictly with the law because they don't bring the law up. So if the Constitution says I can't be compelled to do this, that's a form of slavery. Compelling somebody is forcing somebody to do something. So the 13th Amendment forbids that. That's there. What are you talking about? We got the Constitution right here. You took an oath on the Constitution, right? Police officer, judge, prosecutor. Y'all did. Not me. You did. So let's tie them up the same way they tied us up. Have us keep coming back and forth inside the courtrooms. We got to know how to play the same game, but we need the tools to do this. Because they think the Moors was even the Moors that was coming in, they thought we was away from all this. They thought we was like outlaws. They said, no, reality, y'all the outlaws. Because outlaws mean that you're outside the law. We are in the law. You're outside the law. So we're dealing with the law. And we just trying to bring it to the people. You know, like I said,
people misunderstand that. You say you don't, have to have a driver's license. They say, oh, what you trying to undermine the law or undermine the government? Yeah, and it's almost the exact opposite.
Yeah, because they don't know, and they don't know, and that's why they say ignorance of the law is no excuse. But who's really teaching us law? Do we have attorneys coming back after they went to law school and saying, "Look, let me teach you this. Let me show you this." Now, if you know a little bit of something, they would open up to you. If you know a little bit of something, they'll share. But if you know nothing, shit, I'm gonna fleece you.
What they used to have in their house back in the day? You said the two things?
A Bible and a law dictionary. In colonial days, they had a Bible and a law dictionary. Cause a lot of these law dictionaries go back probably like 1700s. They had both of them. But this is just not Black's Law Dictionary. You got words and phrases, corpus juris secundum, American jurisprudence. You got a lot of stuff. And when you go through the whole volume of this and you look up every word, man, you be thinking that that means something. Man, that has total different meaning when you start going to a higher court. And this is why they cut you off and don't allow you to go to the higher court, because they have to keep it the way it is. The furthest you go, if they let you, will be the common pleas court. Common pleas. You get an appeal from traffic court, go directly to the common pleas court, and sometimes they stop it right there. We won't go no further. And sometimes they don't want to fight it anyway, because it'll be a waste of time. They just shocked that you took it from that point and came over here. Most people try to go to traffic court and trying to force this stuff on traffic court judges, man, and they don't want to hear that. It's not a court of record. We can say what we want to say. We're going to lock you up. And they have lines of brothers lined up. I'll be like, gosh, 65% of the people is locked up for nonviolent crimes. 65% of the population is locked up behind that. They're not moving. Driving in the car is not a crime. It's an infraction. So how could you lock somebody up for that? How do you do that? It's an infraction. It's a breach of a contract. And if it's a breach of a contract, where's the contract at? Yo, I wish I had we made them, and they still got it on there. They got this ticket. I'm gonna find it for you. 4904. I think it's 4904. In traffic court, they got people filling out this form, and it says unsworn falsification to authorities, right? And in there, it talks about swearing to authorities, like lying to them. And the ticket, they gave the wrong one. They got the wrong one on there. People don't even read it. It's in fine print. And it talks about swearing to authorities. I think it's 4904, if I ain't mistaken.
Who's swearing to authority? The people?
Yeah, they fill out these forms in traffic court. Here you go. 4904, unsworn falsification to authorities. It says a person commits a misdemeanor for the second degree if he intend to mislead a public servant in performing his official functions. So, in traffic court, they got the wrong code on there. If anybody in Philadelphia traffic court read it, they got 4703 on the card. 4703 is not unsworn falsification to authorities. Where's 4703? Yo, man, I'm telling you this. When you start seeing all this stuff, like reading everything, and we don't, like I just told you, you just sign it. They know that you don't know. Where's that 47? I think it's 4703. It might be in here. It's 4703. It's somewhere in here. Yeah, 4703. Retaliation for past official actions. That's what they got on the ticket. Now, I wanted to bring that to show you that the violators form. It's a form they give you when you fill out and fill off the traffic court. They give you 4703, but they'll tell you it's for unsworn falsification to authorities. They know people not reading. And I guarantee it's still on the books to this day. What's the day's date? The 13th? Trust me, the 13th of 2009. We did this 5 years ago. Trust me, in Philadelphia traffic court, it's going to have 4703 on there, but 4904 is unsworn falsification.
And what's 4703?
It's retaliation for past official actions.
And that's what they list under that title?
They took 4703 and put it under 4904 joint for unsworn falsification to authorities. And people fill the form out. They get everybody fill the form when you come in there. And everybody's and not even thinking that they got the wrong codes on there. This is in Title 18.
And they do that purposely? Purposely.
There's no mistakes in politics. There's none. And I wish I had the violators form to show people that slip of paper, man. Yo, it's so much even on the citations. Like, I can go through the citation and be like, God, they're getting these people. They're getting them over and over and over again. But nobody's paying it no attention. Because, again, radio and television is programming you. The real information is not being put out here, man. So, what else, man? What else we gonna cover? He said, he said he's gonna do a documentary on traffic court, because it's a lot of our people that's down there, man. That's being like, whew.
Yep, it's gonna be right on YouTube.
Huh?
Documentary gonna be on YouTube.
It's gonna be they gonna be they bamboozled, man. Cause this, I mean, I beat my book up, y'all. You can tell I read my books, but these are just some of the sections on here. That's the back of the book right there.
Goes quick find locator.
Yeah, everything is like, these are just like the sections that you can go on. But this is kind of beat up. But everybody's starting to carry that book though, because my nephew actually, he went and bought it also, because this book has Title 18, Title 42, Title 75, Title 67, which is the city codes. This is talk about the city codes. Title 42 is judiciary. So each part is in here, and you can go down to room what's the chief clerk's office in City Hall, and if you read the ordinances, man, trust me, it's not what you think it is. The ordinances, you can look up resolutions. None of this stuff is laws. It applies to people who work for the municipality. Anybody who works for the municipality, that's what it applies to. Trashmen, police officers. Who else has that on their car? Any city worker. Anybody that works for the city.
So you say it's best to take your case to a higher court opposed to traffic court?
Yeah, always that, man. Straight from the door. I mean, get it out of that court, man. 'Cause you ain't winning.